Roundtable. My name is Shegun Odwanya, your host, and we have two wonderful guests this cold and wet Thursday. I have to my very left, and to the only person in the studio, Mr. Adekunle Aliu is here. Well, of course, you can see him on the screen. He's here in soul and body. But the other person is here in soul, but nobody. We are going to be speaking to him online. Our colleague from Abuja, Solomon Odeni, is equally here with us. Very quickly, what topics do we have on the menu today? Interesting topics as usual, but we are starting with the NLC president's controversy. Comrade Joe Ajero, remember that recently he was stopping again on the news trends when he was invited by the Nigerian police. They accused him of having terrorism links, and that was really very serious. Today, he reported himself with his lawyers, himself and his lawyer, Barrister Femi Falana, SAN, and a small group of persons. And that is exactly where we have Solomon with us this wonderful Thursday, so that we can get facts from what happened and not just mere rumors. Solomon will be giving us live updates as regarding what happened in Abuja today. Solomon, good afternoon to you. Can you hear me? All right, looks like we've lost Solomon. I think we'll just stay here in the studio with Mr. Adekunle Aliu. We are supposed to start with the NLC story and what happened with the NLC president, Comrade Joe Ajero. We saw him in the vehicle with the very famous Femi Falana, SAN, reporting at the police today, but he's out anyway. You know, the NLC had said they were going to go on a long protest and all that, but he's out, and the case is on. Last time we were talking about this topic, I remember you said that they needed to do their investigation properly without bias and give us the truth as it truly is.
As it is today, you can say he's also, as a good citizen, he has reported himself. He has gone there. He has been questioned. If there is further investigation, he will still go there. If they ask him to come back, he will go back. But again, the honorable thing to do is to go. For me, I don't like the funfair whereby everybody is going there to... It's like a funfair, but he should have gone there alone, secretly. Just do your thing. Come. Show your innocency and your piousness. That, look, I don't have anything to hide. Just go there, do the thing, and come back. But today it was like a funfair. The whole world will see me go there, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't need that. What we need is honesty.
All right. Looks like we have Solomon back on the line with us. Like I said earlier, we have two persons on the show today. Solomon is in Abuja. Solomon, can you hear me now?
I can, loud and clear.
All right, beautiful. How's the weather this afternoon?
Well, you know, as we've been having it, it's been a bit like the weather is balanced. I can't say it's too hot. I can't say it's too cold. It's been balanced. And it's good to be here.
All right, very quickly, let's get to the matter of the day.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Solomon. Let's of the day. The NLC president was with the security forces earlier today. Came with lawyers, and earlier NLC had said if they were able to shut down the country. What happened? Let's differentiate the facts from fiction.
Okay, what actually happened was that he was supposed to have honored that invitation on August 2024, but what happened was that he said he wasn't available because the letter got to him very late. According to stories from the NLC, they said the letter got to him around 6 p.m. on August 19, and they wanted him to appear before the panel conducting investigation on the matter he was invited for on August 20. So his lawyer, Femi Falana, SAN, wrote to the investigators telling him that Ajero has another engagement and he will not be able to come on the said date. So he sought for an extension, which was for today. But something played out. Why after writing that letter, I spoke with one of the lawyers in Falano's chamber. He said there was no response from the police. So that kept everybody in the dark to what the police will be doing today. So there was so much, there was so much anxiety, so much drama because the police, according to one of the lawyers in Falano's chambers, that the police refused to either agree to him coming today or not. So, and I think that was even what prompted them to mobilize heavily today. Although we didn't see all of those dramas at the RRT headquarters today, it came with just a few of our NLC officials. We were surprised. We thought that we'll be seeing about four buses loaded with NLC members.
NLC officials.
Yes, NLC officials, but we didn't see that. What we only saw was some few officials and himself, Marshal Abubakar, a lawyer in Falano Chambers, then Dejade Yoju, and 2 or 3 officials of NLC that came with him to the RLT. And he did spend up to 2 hours there. I think he arrived 10:70 and he left 11:15. So, and when he came out, it was okay. There was a little bit drama because the 2 or 3 officials that came with him wanted to go inside, but they said no, that they will only allow his lawyers, which were Deji Adeyanju, of Marshal Abubakar and Femi Falana. Those were the people that went inside with him. So I think it took them some little disagreement, and later they agreed that we'll be going inside. So apart from that, there was nothing. Everything went on. But looking at the drama that had played out before then, we would have thought that perhaps he would have been detained, but there was nothing. Although the allegations against him, a serious allegation. You get the point. But he being the kind of for the fact that he's holding a big office, and for the fact that they've also mobilized and they've threatened to go on a national strike if he's been detained. I think all those things are pivoted to him not being detained or something. I don't know, but it's not what. One thing about police invitation is that you have to honor first. Then they decide what will happen afterwards. So I think he has honored and he has written all he knows about what the allegation against him. He has written it, and they've released him. So we don't know what will happen next, but that's what has just happened. And, the matter is a serious one because the police IG once said that the person that was traced to that building in the Labour House, where we have the headquarters of the Nigerian Labour Congress, he is one who was linked to the crisis they had in Sudan. So I said the man, they are still launching a manhunt to get down the person in question. So I think, but some Nigerians have said, no, it is political, blah, blah, blah. But I believe to give the police. Yeah.
All right, Solomon. You're diving there now. Some persons is quite political. It's the government, the current government, and have been having this cat and rat race of recent. Do you think this is political? Are there signals that it look political to you?
Well, whether it's political or not, it is the job of any law enforcement agency to investigate, to arrest, and to ensure that there is law and order in the society. Yes. So I think we should not put the cat before the horse. We should allow the law enforcement agency to complete their investigation on this matter. So when they present their facts to Nigerians will now be able to decide whether it's political or not. Because, of course, each time you say it's political, the police will come out to tell you they have 1,000,001 reasons to do their operation. Like what the IG said the other time when the raid happened, the NLC condemned it totally. And the first spokesperson issued a statement and said the NLC leadership or any member of the NLC was not their main target, that their main target is a foreign criminal. That's what they used it in the statement they issued. But now, when they issued another statement, I think they've issued about 4 counter and So 4 different statements about to drag the issue back and forth. You get the point. Before the IGNR said, no, it's not that we are not targeting the leadership of the NLC. We had an intelligence that somebody is here and somebody of interest is occupying a shop. Are you still with me?
Hello.
Yeah, are you still with me?
Okay, I hear you now. I thought the network.
I think we should allow the law enforcement agency, the police, to conclude their investigation on this matter, and truly we will know whether it's political or not. Because Nigerians are not fools. Nigerians are not docile. So I think from what they will present to us, we will know whether it's politically motivated or not. But what the police have told us over the few days is that they have they have a suspect who is occupying a shop in the NLC building, and not that their target is the NLC leader or NLC leadership. So let us, whether or not we like it, if you are a landlord and somebody of interest in the security agency is occupying one of your apartments, you get the point. So I don't think it's out of place for the police to ask, or for the security agency to ask the landlord, how did you come about this? But we know this is a bigger situation. You get the point. So, but I will just plead with Nigerians to allow the law enforcement agency to finish their investigation, so we will know whether or not it is politically motivated or not.
Thank you very much for being a part of this, Solomon. We really appreciate you squeezing your time.
Thank you.
Despite your very busy schedule.
Thank you very much.
He was saying that the NLC president, Comrade Ajero, arrived earlier today, came at 10:17 a.m. In company of 3 lawyers, Barrister Femi Falana, SAN, Deji Adeoju, and one other lawyer. And the only little issue that happened was that some officials of the NLC came with him and they wanted to go in. They said no. Then it was only his 3 lawyers and himself that were allowed to go in. And they went in at 10:17 and came back about, I think he said, 1 hour, some minutes. Yeah. And it was just plain easy peasy. He said where the confusion was that they had written to the police that Ajero won't be able to make it on the day he was supposed to make it, and that they said they were going to come today. But the crisis, or the little issue that they thought was going to happen, was as a result of the lack of response that they got. If they had gotten a response saying, "Oh, brilliant, we've heard from you. We'll be we'll be expecting you to come in on the 28th, 29th day of August, today." But that they got no response, and that was what made them scared of a possible arrest that could lead to that could lead to him being in detention. So that was exactly what Solomon was telling us. But after his 1 hour, his explanations with the security forces, he was allowed to go at past 11. So there we have it, the truth separated from the many things happening online.
Well, it's good for him that he is there. It shows that he's honorable. But again, the police should be allowed to do their job. They've alleged, they must prove. And if he's going to go to court, they will take him to court. But at least our country is working. The police is working. The NLC is also working. Because by going there, it shows that, yes, we are going to show a system, that we have a system. The world will know that, look, we can invite, the police can invite you, you can respond, they won't hack you, they won't arrest you, they won't detain you when it's not necessary. I like this show. It's a good one for us. It's a plus for the country. We are moving forward. Our system is moving, it's working.
But quick one, I mean, shouldn't there have been a system whereby they could have responded to their letter, so that there wouldn't be the drama of NLC saying they were going to shut down the country? Statements like that put confusion.
The NLC itself is the one waiting for a response. The police is the one that said, come. The NLC is waiting for a response. Yes, I agree the police ought to have said, okay, we'll be expecting you, officially at least, to show that there is a communication that they're expecting them. But again, he has done the honorable. He has gone there as he had said or written in his letter that, look, I'll be there at so day. So let's give them benefit of the doubt and see what will come out of it.
All right. We just had to speak about that. That wasn't initially part of.
I would have been glad if you had asked him why the funfair, why the crowd, why the much lawyer? Is it because it's NLC? What if he's an ordinary is just a common man? Would he get that kind of publicity?
Solomon said the reason why they did that was because they didn't get a feedback and there was some tension amongst them, thinking they were going to keep him, and that was why some members of the NLC had already, gone out earlier to see if anything happens to him. They were, bad blood had been on ground for a while.
So NLC members can vouch for their president. That's what they are saying.
That was exactly.
Did they know what he's doing in the bathroom?
Well, what they were saying was that they knew it was not linked. According to them, he didn't have any terrorism links. But it's not for them to say, though.
It's not for them to say.
It's for security officials to do their duties and then tell us about the matter. All right, very quickly, like I said earlier, that was just what we do here. We talk about trending political topics that are affecting the polity, topics that are affecting the people, topics that people are interested in, things that people want to hear. Rumors are being separated from facts, so we have to quickly do that very quickly. Now let's hit one of our major topics for the day. Also in the news had been the story that the education minister was going to be enforcing the 18-year rule, meaning that if you are not up to the age of 18, you won't be able to write WAEC, neither will you be able to write NECO. There had been arguments for and against this. Some persons have said, yes, it is right. It's 6 years in primary school, 3 years in junior secondary school, 3 years in senior secondary school, and of course, 4 years in higher institution. A lot of arguments here and there. Let's just hear your opinion. People say this minister is taking us back. We have serious issues. You are not dealing with the issues.
But the first thing is that people should realize that it's not the first time. This is not new. It's been in 20, 30 years ago. It's been like that. They said when I was trying to leave secondary school. They are saying when after I've left secondary school. So it's the same. It's in the law. It's the 634 system that, like you said. But again, is that the problem of the education sector? Is those children going in early and coming out early? Is it the problem? Is it what they are facing? I think they should deal with the critical issue and leave this 18. If I were them, I'll be catching them young. Younger they are, the better. You catch them young while they are showing interest for medicine, for engineering, quickly. Let's impact in them. Let's show them so that before they even become full adults, they already know what they want to become. They're already using it and play with it. And when they become adults, it becomes something at their beck and call. They can play with it, whatever career you have chosen. But saying that it must be 18, it's like you just want adults every time at the university. I don't think that's right for me. I think they should consider that, look, they are geniuses that can do things faster and better among all of us. It's just a gene. It's just that prompt to when the gene is spiked up, you will see exciting things. You won't know how it's coming. So if you're going to delay it by age, just let this thing be free. Let everybody decide the way he wants.
So some people have said that, look, like you said, special education status only for geniuses. And that these days, almost everybody is in the university at any age, and that is why we have a lot of delinquent university students joining various cult organizations.
I don't think it's age that is bringing about delinquency. No, it's not because you're too young or because you're too old. It's because you're interested in it. You want to test it or you want to run it. And some is like human nature. There are some things about us human that people don't understand. We are adventurous. We want to test things, and while testing those things, some of them are going to ruin us. But again, let's create room for this adventure, the good ones. Let's not say because bad things are happening, we now close our eyes and close the teeth. No, you give room, you guide, you control. Guidance is what this youth needs. Proper guidance. Some people are adults and they are VCs and they are members of one idiotic thing that I don't want to mention. But again, are they not adults? It's not because they are young, it's because they are not properly guided. What should be happening on is proper guidance for these youths. When they get the admission and they are successful, and it's not by corruption, it's not by cheating, it's appropriate, it's by geniuses, it's by being smart. Guide them into it, let them be properly guided till they get what they want to do in future. The better it is for us. We don't have to wait till somebody's like 30 before he graduates, or must he be 25 or 30 before he graduates. No, you don't wait that. You can't graduate at 16. As a full graduate, you can do that. I read a book of a young professor at the age of 18. So what's it?
Professor.
Yeah, because they are exceptional people. And we all can be exceptional in what we do. It's the guidance at the beginning that matters. If you don't get those appropriate guidance, it now becomes something else. And that's what the country is afraid of. And they are insisting that, look, okay, from now, they want to enforce the 18-year limit for WAEC and for admission. Come on, man. I don't think it will work. I think they should. It won't work because it's not new. It's been said before. And people, if you ask me, the majority of the bourgeoisies are the ones subverting it. Most of their kids traveling overseas to study. How old
I was just coming there. Some people have said that if this is being enforced, it will be Nigeria losing revenue. Because, private schools will be losing students. Public schools, of course, public schools are not really meant to, they are not revenue generating mediums.
Yeah.
But private schools will start losing, students because many rich, like you said, the bourgeoisie, will be sending their children abroad. Exactly. And then 17 will still be graduating, 18, 19, 20.
We'll be waiting to go to that. No, I think they should look at it again. But again, sometimes some governments say some things and they are latent about doing it. They don't enforce it. They just say it to remind us that, look, this is a law, it's on ground. If you break it, well, we can catch you with it.
Are we saying we can choose the laws we obey and the ones we break?
It's not about obeying or not obeying. There are laws that are factual that are going to work, but they will be latent. When you break it and they want to hold you responsible, they will just bring it from the carpet and put it on the table for you. So it's a reminder and they want to enforce it. But let's see how good can they enforce this. I doubt if they can really enforce it. I so much doubt about it. I doubt.
Now, some are of the opinion that the education minister should face more serious issues, more germane matters.
Not true.
I mean, ASU is about to go on strike. They've issued an ultimatum. In fact, I know that many university ASUs, private chapter, various state and federal universities now, many chapters voted for them to go on an immediate strike.
Yeah.
It was just that there was a superseding voice of saying, let's give the government an ultimatum.
Yeah.
And if that period expires, they are going on strike immediately.
Recall they had a meeting yesterday.
Yes.
And the meeting was also postponed.
Yes,
and so on.
again.
Now,
but the 21 days that they are giving the government is still on the table.
The government is dialoguing. It's part of the problem, but we have so much problem in the education sector.
If the dialogue past that deadline,
I would be expecting the minister to look,
of them going on.
I would be looking at the minister to be looking at, look, how do you inculcate sports into these youth? How do you do this? If you get to the US, the college academy, the college MBA, the college, there's a lot of things. Where is our own? All we are waiting for is the secondary school days we used to have. What's that game we played in secondary school those days? I've forgotten the second. Principal's Cup in Lagos. So where are those cups again being played? How we are so excited. But this is the private school has divided this thing. Even the private school, where are the sports facilities? Some of the schools. You don't see now. These kids are just at home pressing phones, doing no sport activities. We are losing a lot. That's where you should be looking at. Look, how would you build a school without a football field, without a running track, without a table tennis? No sport activities in many of these private schools. Most of them.
They are doing tech.
You are not doing that. They are doing tech.
Yeah,
so tech. How many of us would tech out in future? So there's a lot of activities in education that the minister should be looking into. Agreed. You want to try because of the data they have. They have some very big data that we don't see, maybe saying that, okay, these children are underage, that's why they are committing this crime. But again, I ask, underage children will be carrying gun, killing themselves all over the street. I don't think it's underage. I think there's something, maybe there's something they are seeing. They should tell us what they are seeing precisely, so that we can all work together and fix it. Parents will do what they need to do to their children on those issues. But just saying you mandatorily enforce that, I think is like shooting ourselves in the foot in the long run. Whatever you want to curb, you will cause more problem. Because somebody was telling me that his daughter said, are you saying that I'm going to stay home for the next 2-3 years before I go to the university? And said she had passed WAEC even at SS2.
Wow.
That's a genius. So now you set up a junior school and ask people to apply. Now, what is going to happen to that school? How are people going to get into that school? What is the criteria? How many schools of genius do we have in the country? We have one in Abuja those days. I don't know if it's still there. How have you managed it? You should have this thing. Geniuses are everywhere in this country. You have good people, good parents, good fathers, good mothers, training their children to be better. You're losing them for other things. If you don't check it, you need to look at what exactly is the problem and how to control it. I don't know the problem they are seeing while making this enforcement. I don't know why he's making this statement rather, but they should let us know what they have seen so that we all can work together. But saying that, look, the limit, 18 years limit will be enforced, I think we are playing. Because these children, they are wise kids if they can make it at that age that they call underage and want to enter the university. I think they are good.
All right. Very quickly, we'll be coming to a topic that we've talked about in the last couple of weeks. I think we've touched it 2 or 3 times because now it is here. The problem is here. Thankfully, the government is also doing their bit in ensuring that this problem doesn't remain a problem for too long. 28 states are said to have a very, very big battle with flood. However, evacuation plans and shelter plans have been made by the federal government. Camps are going to be built so that those who are affected can move there and, just stay away from the flood so that the effects can be reduced this time around. We were talking about this on the show, I think last week or
same thing last week, yeah.
And we were saying what exactly is the government doing. We
gave part of this
perhaps the government
solution
is watching the roundtable.
Maybe, but I hope this is not an audio statement. Because this is not the first time we have a flood. The country has been ravaged with flood. Remember the last time we had this flood that passed through our axis here and went into each area and so like that. Now, were they camps? Were they not the church they were building camps? So where are they going to build these camps for these people? I just hope it's not an audio statement. Sometimes the government make audio statement just to hype our hope or increase our hope and that, okay, they are working. Sometimes it's a statement. But again, it's a good one if they can create those camps. If the warnings are already there, we are seeing warning. But we are saying again, okay, how do you tell people not to farm in this area at this particular period? How do you tell people where to farm at this particular period? This is what you do at this period when they're exploding. This is what you do. Don't go to this area. Don't build houses on this low plain area. The other day I saw the Lagos State man was destroying some houses along the Lekki axis. And they said they had built their house on the channels, on the drainage ways of the major drainage way in that place. Bujazi houses, good houses, beautiful, not a common man house. You know, when we talk about common man, we talk about houses built by someone on dustbin and so on.
Yeah.
But you see houses, beautiful houses.
The real big boys.
Big boys. Building on drainages, on channels. That's wrong. Who gave them the approval? How did they get such approval? If the people, the agency that are responsible for checking all these things are on their foot at every time, I think people will learn their lessons and stop doing this nonsense. If you pass through this axis now, you will see some people are already building some shanties along the way. After the mountaintop university. Yeah, there's some people, they're already building shanties. It's growing gradually by the day. Every day I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Today I saw that there are now more, like 300. It's growing. Where is the Ogun State agency that is supposed to check those houses on the road? Where? Now, when it becomes a city and you want to evacuate them, it becomes a crisis.
Problem.
But why they are in Abination, why they are starting, check it, control it, tell this people, no, you can't do this. You meant to chase 1 or 2, 3 people, everybody will know. Don't go there, they are already looking at you. We don't do that. That's why we have some of this flooding. That's why we have, okay, though again they said Cameroon or Niger, and one other country is going to open their flood.
Yeah.
Now, like I said,
open their dam.
We are expecting, open their dam rather, we're expecting water. So have we thought about the volume of water? Can we harness that water and do something better with it?
All right, I think it's important to inform the public that due to the recent rains in the country, in recent times, we've lost 175 persons. Yes, 175 persons have been, killed by the effects of the flood. And over 200,000 people have been displaced. Right now, the flood is affecting over 1 million people and it's spread across 133 local governments. So it's not exactly like we are being proactive. Because we've lost diligent, wonderful Nigerians already. And what is funny about the whole thing is that it is not here fully yet. Plans are still being made to evacuate people because what is being expected is said to be massive. these dams have not been opened, and because if they do, we'll know here because of the
we will know here.
We'll know here. We'll get to see
when the long bridge become closed for traffic. We will know.
So, that's the problem, and persons have been affected already before they did something about it. But we are glad that something is being done, and that we just hope that the number doesn't
go beyond this, and they should please keep warning us, keep telling us. Yes, keep warning us, keep telling us. Then I think we should be proactive. We should be scientific about this. It's not a rocket science. You can't go to everyone and bring that. The ideas are much. We need to control it. We need the water for irrigation in the north. So can we harness this thing? Can we capture this water? It's possible. It's very possible. I keep saying it is possible. We can capture this water and keep it somewhere and use it during the dry season. But again, it's government, it's us, it's money, it's resources, it's capital, it's wisdom.
All right, very quickly, we'll move to the last topic of the day. Some states are practically begging the federal government to come and help them undo their airports. Waste of funds. Somebody says that when a governor comes on board, one thing many of these governors start doing is to start building bridges. It's a norm. You just see so number of bridges, and what do they call it again?
Elephant projects.
These roundabouts. It's just normal for things like that to happen. You must see bridges. Some of them will start building airports. There's a particular state in the southwest. First flights came into that state about 2 years ago. Until date, that has been the only flights that had come into the states. So states are coming up to say, federal government, planes are not coming here, airlines are not coming this route. Can you come and handle it? Now, this is more problems created by these states being handled to a federal government that has its own aviation sector.
To manage.
Every day, Minister Keamu is almost saying one thing or the other, battling this, battling that. You can see that this minister is, putting things out there, putting wordings out there, trying to make things work.
Wow.
Perhaps it's not working to the best of what we want to see, but you can see every now and then he's trying to arrest a situation, and he's giving you updates about what's happening in his ministry. Now some states are now saying, help us, federal government. This is federal government that itself needs help. What is with our governors and the craze for airports, even when they are not necessary?
It's good to desire good things, but again, the capability to manage is also you have to consider it. Now, I don't know what the visibility study that most of them are doing that is making them to build these airports that are becoming moribund or becoming white elephant projects that are not well managed. Now, but again, sometimes like I read the former Minister of Aviation, Siriaka, what was his name? I think he once said we can have as much airport as we like. That even Lagos can have, because that was what prompted Lagos to be building. Lagos is also building an airport.
Yes.
Just like the fact we have Morisala Mohammed Airport.
Yes.
So other states too have like, okay, maybe let's try if we can. Now, if it has been cheaper to travel by air, I think these airports will be viable. But because it's so expensive now, so
especially now, when if you compare number of people that are flying now, according to the statistics released by NCAA, and 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it's a 60-70% downgrade.
So if it had been cheaper, we would have enjoyed this airport. But because it's so expensive, the population is not there traveling again as it used to be before. So what is the visibility study done that brought about building this airport? What are the reasons? I think they should go and check it again. So if you don't have viable reasons for building an airport, please don't build. Because
about 160 billion has been, altogether
wasted in different states. I read of one state that the neighboring state had airport and he still wants to build his own, and after building his own, he can't complete it. Using like 2 billion ab initio, and after 3 years it became 16 billion to build the airport, and up to now nothing has happened at that airport. Now that's wrong. That's wasting the resources of the nation. I think we should do things that are viable. The governor should look at their books very well and say, what are we doing?
How many persons are flying out of these states? How many persons in these states have cars to begin with? I mean, we are saying as a governor, you must cater to the needs of your people.
So ab initio
And problems are local.
Yeah.
According to each society,
yes,
you attend to the needs
yes,
of your people. If your people need rice and beans, you give them rice and beans.
Yeah.
If what they need is an industrial system, you give it to them. It depends on what you need at that time. An agrarian community deserves agrarian solutions.
As much as we can sit down here and do criticism, sometimes I was looking at, okay, maybe it's for job creation, maybe it's for like the one in Ogun State here now, they said it's a cargo port. The intention of that airport is to carry produce, agric produce out of this country. So where are the products? Where are the farmers? That's the question you now ask yourself. Do you have the farmers ready that are going to produce that produce for them, for you to ship out? Where are they going to come from? Are they going to... So some of these things, when we start building it, I think we should look at it in a big dimension before we make those decisions. Now, governments or governors that are taking that decision should be able to do it better. They built it. Federal government has to take over. It can be used for school. It can be used for other things, but at least we've had them. Let's not kill them for building it. Let's just encourage them to do what? To use it well. It has been built. Please don't waste our money.
All right. There you have it. Thank you very much for being a part of this package. A very big thank you to Mr. Adekunle Aliu for always giving us his insightful analysis that makes the program thick. We had Solomon Odeni on board today because of an unusual beginning to the program. Thank you very much to Solomon for being a part of this as well. Thank you very much to members of the crew pressing the right buttons and moving the right cameras behind the scenes. Most especially, a very big thank you to you out there for watching. If you aren't there, there's no need for us to be here. The weekend begins tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Of course, it's a weekend that leads into a new month, because next time we see our faces next month, it will be a new month. And big shout out to Mr. Mele Kiari, the MD of NNPC. He said we are going to see the Port Harcourt Refinery working in August. It's the 29th of August. And as of today, nothing is happening down there. Stay out of trouble. May not be weekend by the weekend. God bless you.